Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Rising Sun as we continue. And hello there, Norbert. Okay, Norbert, you're going to get a task force named after you for being so early every time. That's awesome, dude. And also for that massive donation. That was very much appreciated. So, yes. Just getting started. Let's load up the turn here. Right, it's already loaded, so I've done that already. Awesome. What I want to do then is take a look at this here. So let's take a look at the current turn. We'll go by severity, really. Now, notice we don't have a critical warning for vehicles, which I do find rather interesting. Now, I can see here, supply less than double. Obviously, this will be a new base, more than likely that we've captured. Oil storage. Obviously, we are aware of this, and we are going to be doing something about that. I'm going to dispatch some tankers to Shikuka, to take some of that oil away. Which one was it? Taihoku? I think it was Taihoku. Yeah, I think Taihoku was on foremost, so we need to dispatch some... what do you call it, tankers from that area. I don't know about luck, I just think you're just always on the ball. Malaka's short of supplies, but that's to be expected. We've only just captured her, so we do need to get supplies in there. That will be good. Okay. Bunch of airfields expanded. You can also see the port at Midway has just expanded, which is actually really bloody handy. Considering the fact I'm going to take Midway, and I've not had to do that, so that's awesome. Really good news. Okay. I mean, Vladivostok has increased in size. I'm not going to complain about that if we ever end up having to capture Vladivostok. But I don't ever want to be in that position, because goddamn, I do not want to face the Soviets too. Alright, let's see. Leadership has increased, that's good to see. Inspiration, naval skill. Okay. Seems he's only just come of age, potentially. Inspiration has increased. Now, what I'd like to take a look at is to see the actual commanders and to see whether their inspiration does increase after victories, because that would be quite good to see. Okay, so we've lost a couple bases here. We've captured a few bases, but importantly, we have captured Manila. So we're going to have to deal with the US forces at Clark's airfield and then push down through the Philippines once again, through Luzon. Luzon, I believe it is, and deal with them and completely annihilate them. But it should be easy enough done. Once they're forced out of their bases, they're going to find it difficult. We've also had a major thing here, like the light carrier Soho has arrived in Yokohama / Yokosuka, so we need to get her ready. Hiru has just completed repairs, but I don't know whether that was at Truck or whether that's at Hong Kong, because I don't... No, she's definitely not reached Hong Kong as of yet. Okay. And we've had a sub-chase as well arrive in Port of Tokyo, so we'll take them out too. Ship repair has been completed on the patrol boat. The Canberra, we are aware that she was destroyed. At least I am fairly aware. I mean, it was really a good raid. I mean, raid in Sydney might not have netted the results of the Lexington, but in all honesty, taking out of commission some heavy cruisers and light cruisers or etc. Was quite nice. Without Manila, the US subs will lose their forward base. Next bases would be Singapore and maybe Darwin. And that's very true. I mean, Manila is actually quite a large port, which is quite good to see. Okay. I doubt that these have actually been sunk, but it's nice to see that we are getting these sorts of reports now. Okay, so let's take a look at the industrial situation then, shall we? So we'll take a look at our chart. Right, let's see. Turn, multi-turn read. I need to learn how to get this set up. It should be doable. I just need to actually look at it. Okay, so we'll go back over to last 5 turns, perhaps. Okay. Turn list. Okay. Anyway, we'll go back to the industry here and we'll take a quick look. I forgot the bases in the Dutch East Indies, but they're easy to get. Yeah, that's true. We'll be able to get them. There's not as much an issue for that. Just need to get troops ashore, basically. Okay. Now, resources are starting to stack up. We need more resources, but we are making headway there, which is quite good. We need new heavy industry. We are capturing more. We have captured a little bit more. Not a huge amount, but we have captured more. We do need to increase that. Oil refineries is what we need more than anything right now. The big gap here is oil production and fuel production. Resource production isn't too bad because obviously we have a shitload of resources, like 7 million tons of resources. Oil is going to deplete. I mean, we were at 3 million tons before that, but that is going down. Fuel's going up, of course, because obviously we're producing fuel. We're not using a huge amount of it per se. We are and we aren't. It's not in as high of a use as... I suppose it is. I mean, yeah, it is. Obviously, the fuel is going over here to heavy industry, so that is a lie. I was just thinking more about the fuel for the actual ships and etc. Okay, so what I want to take a look at over here then is I want to take a look at my aircraft production. And I want to see how it's increasing. So, what we're going to do here is we're going to go by build each month. So you can see here that we're producing roughly 3.77 zeros a month. Well, I suppose that would be the airframes. I'd imagine it'd be higher than that, actually. So let's take a look. But it could be. Or is it 113 a month? Those would be some interesting numbers. Right, let's take a look here. So, 8 and 9, let's see, which is the closest together here? Okay, we'll go with 8 and 9. Obviously, industry was much different back then. You can see here the change was 3. So, 12, 13, 10. It seems like we're gaining over 20 a year. Well, that's the change here. We're going to have to take a quick look at that one. I need to understand whether I'm building those per day, but I don't believe it would be per day. I think it would be per... It could be 3.77 a day. I wish it was a little bit... Well, I wish it spelled out a little bit more, actually. That would be nice. We'll take a look at our industry over here. This might have something a little bit more useful. Let's see. It might be we're producing 3.77 after we match them with the actual engines, perhaps. Though, it would be showing the frames. Okay. So 60 aircraft a month, 53 aircraft a month. Okay. So just shy of about 120 aircraft per month, well, at least airframes per month. So yeah, about 113 airframes per month. I'm going to guess that this is 3.77. So what I'm going to do here is going to take that 113, divide it by obviously about 30 odd. And then we'll see how that turns out. So 113 divided by 30 is 3.7. Yeah, so we're producing 3.77 zero frames per day. Which is quite nice, actually. You think about those numbers. That's like nearly 4 zeros a day. That is, it's not a huge number compared to the US industry, but it is pretty decent. Yeah. Okay. And you know what? 1.5 Bettys per day is actually a pretty good number. I'm fairly happy with that. We need to see the increase of the KI 431Cs on the IC Oscar. I'm going to say the 1 because it looks like a 1. Yeah, 120 a month, roughly. They are increasing in production. It is ramping up, which is quite nice. Ideally, it will grow to such a point where we can produce much more of those and really start to roll them out. I think what we'll do is we'll take a look at our actual aircraft pools and we'll get a good idea from there. So, aircraft replacement pool, we'll sort by in the pool. We'll go to the top of that, actually. Okay, so we have 123 zeros in the pool. To be honest, we need to start kitting out, we need more zero squadrons, because we do have a good amount of them available, which is quite nice. I'm really happy about that. We have more of the zeros in the K-36ers. K-51s, these are bombers, obviously. Let's see, K-21s. Okay, I'm looking for the... Yeah, the 43-1C. So there, JV, how are you doing, my dude? Okay, so we have 20 of those in the pool right now. I think... So there, Lord Luber, how are you doing, my dude? I think what we should take a look at then is the army squadrons here. Now, this is the 1B variant. Now, if I was to have you upgrade, so you would upgrade to the 1C Oscar. What I want to see then is if I can change over my squadrons, like my other squadrons, like these are bombers obviously over here. I've lost a lot of those due to the raids in the airfields. There's a lot of air power down here. We are pushing towards Singapore at great haste. We need to really hurry it up. And Kitabutai will definitely allow that. Okay. I'd like you to upgrade. Okay, you're scheduled to upgrade to the Ki-43s. Okay. Hmm. Right, but do not upgrade is in effect. Upgrade allowed, there we go. So you're going to upgrade to the KI-43s, that's good news. I want them over there so I can make the best use of them. I really want to see how they perform. Though, in fairness, let's take a look here. I'm going to, in fact, turn this off again. So do not upgrade. I want to look at my squadrons. And you know what? Something I did notice last time is if we go back to our alerts, and we go somewhere, but we do have some double aces. And a double ace is 10 kills. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Kushimoto. Pilot becomes a double ace, stationed in Kuala Lumpur. So we do have some really good squadrons out there, obviously gaining the kills, especially over in Malaya. So if we take a look over here then at the air groups over here and pilots. Happy to arrive early for once. Yeah, we're only about 11 minutes in, so we're not too far away. Right, so what I'm going to do here is then air groups. Result percentage. Right. Pilots. What's up, tactician? How you doing, my dude? Yeah, we're going to be taking a look at the pilots and really just seeing who deserves these new KI-43s. Okay, group. So at least we can sort by the groups here, and ideally their kills? Oh, actually, let's see, fighters, missions. I'm not seeing an actual number of kills here, which is rather interesting. Okay, you're... Right, here we go. We're seeing these named now. Yamada. Okay, so these are based in Kuala Lumpur. Yeah, here we go. Showing it properly now. So we do have a lot of kills in the squadron. That's really good to see. Well, if a pilot can become an ace and an 8, Nat, what could he do in an Oscar? So there, Lorenzo, how are you doing, my dude? Yeah, so we've seen the vast majority of our, our veterans over Kuala Lumpur. So we're going to give them the best planes here to begin with. So Kuala Lumpur, let's see. Yamada. So yeah, no wonder they're using the zeros. And don't forget to cancel the bomber mission North China. Yeah, that's a good point. So yeah, they're using the zeros. So it does make a lot of sense here, actually. I mean, look at all these kills. I mean, the guy is a double ace. Left click to send to... okay. That's nice. Reserve active group. Okay. That experience is it's pretty good. It's waning a little bit, obviously, because it's a bit of, like, meh. Basically, the best killers fly the best aircraft, so that's very true. You start playing with R&D production to make only a couple of needed models. Like that picture that somebody posted before, that part needs some clearing. Yeah, I actually do have that. I did have that from Tactician, so thank you there, Mr. Tactician. For that, I'll bring that up right now. We'll take a quick look. Uno momento. There we go. So here is the Tactician's chart. It's really good. I like it. It's quite clear. At least I can understand what's going on, which is quite nice. So we can see here, obviously, we're using the Ki-27Bs. See, this is where we differ between like the 1C and the 1A, 1B. I like the 1C just for the increased armament. I just think that's going to be quite useful. But I can understand why. It's only a slight difference. It's only like a tiny amount of a difference there. So you can see here, obviously, that's going to upgrade into the Ki-44 to a Tojo, which I cannot wait for. So 0, A6M 3A, no. J7W1 also potentially, okay. Level bombers. We do need to take a look at the level bombers very soon, especially, I mean, fighter bombers. Right, good old. Alright, that's interesting. Fighter bombers are good for using air missions to get bomber pilots experience. That's pretty good. That's pretty true. Okay, well, bear that in mind for the future. I do need to take a look at my bombers. I do think the emphasis on fighters is justified for the time being. Right, so you're running a squadron of zeros, and why don't you have more planes? Okay. Actually, a few of them are in for maintenance, a couple of them are in for repair, so that's understandable then. Okie dokie. We'll give them another 2 pilots. Right, the Nate Squadron, that squadron is just absolutely annihilated at this point in time. Okay, just train on... sweep would be a good one to train. Right, now we're running the 1A variant. We're running Nates over here. Not Nats, I'm going to call them Nats. Experience isn't too bad, actually, overall, so I think the squadron could indeed do with them. Now, we do have kills in the squadron, so do I upgrade them to the 1C variant? Potentially so. We'll give them some extra pilots. Fill with 7 pilots. Let's see. Quest veteran. We'll go from the replacement pool. I don't want to overfill it. I mean, it would make sense because obviously then they'd immediately fill in that group, but I'm not going to do that. Okay, there's a lot of supply here. I'm going to turn this into my new group, I think. Or do I? What are the pilots like here? That's actually some good experience overall, to say that they're running Nades, so I think we're going to go with, well, Nats, whatever. We'll go with this then, so I'm going to upgrade you to the K-43 1C Oscar. Upgrade now. There we go. So these bad boys, obviously they're in maintenance. It's going to take some time, so we're expecting about a week for them to be fully up and ready. But that's really good. I mean, I'm loving the fact that this is finally making sense now when it comes towards actual planes. But we have 20 planes here, so that's all of our pool right there and then. The initial fighter bombers on the chart just represent what you start out with on December 7th. So basically say that you take all your existing army light bombers and upgrade them all to Tojos. Yeah, level bomber fighters and upgrade them all to Tojos. It's not a bad idea, to be honest. I mean, what does a Tojo actually carry in terms of armament? It's not that dissimilar from the actual level bombers that we're using right now. It's not even a massive difference in armament. If you get through that, you could free up quite a lot of production capacity for your main models. Yeah, that's very true. Just for a lot of the Army Air Force to gain a bit against the Navy. Indeed. So let's take a look then. Let's take a look. I think we are going to definitely limit the amount of planes that we're working on and go from there. Really start to refine things. It's not a bad idea at all. So I'm going to bring this over here and we're going to do that right now and really get R&D on the go. Okay, so we're going to take a look at R&D. And I wish I could sort by types over here, but that's fine. Let's go here. Okay. So I'm looking for the KI-49. And again, I'm looking at all these different planes here. I'm not going to find anything too easy because I'm not going to see like what's in current use right now. Keep these Tojos going. Okay. I wish I could sort it by level bombers, actually. That'd be quite nice. Let's see, then. The 1C variant looks quite okay with the double 12.7s. Yeah, that's what I reckon. I just think it's worthwhile. The Frank B is going to be your workhorse later in the game. That's true. Service rating, how long it takes to repair, damage, maintain. That's interesting to see then. It's good to know. Very good to know. Right. So, what we're going to do then is we'll take a look at the comparisons. And we'll take a look at the army, of course. Level bombers. Okay. So, we're running currently the KI-21, the KI-48, and the KI-51. So that is the Sally. Obviously, we have different models of that. The KI-48. And let's just... I wish I had a third column here. That'd be really nice. I wish you could have, like, more columns. You can see here the difference between them here. HA5. Now, see... I like this more already because it's using the HA35. It does have a higher top speed as well, which is actually quite nice. Climb rate's decent. Obviously, the bomb load is much lower. Armament's much lower. Yeah, just max load in general is much lower. It's okay, but it's not exactly great. I'd rather have a bomber that's effective at being a bomber. So take a look at the KI-51 Sonoya. And again, the load is pathetic. It's not really a level bomber, is it? Let's be honest. So what we're going to go for then is the KI-49 2A. Yeah, now this is an actual bomber. Okay. So I need to keep this down here and take a look at the production and try and refine it. I wish I knew the models I wanted to stop immediately. The most efficient research is 3 times 30 factories plus the engine bonus, which I remember is a pool of 500 engines to get the R&D bonus. That's pretty good to know then. I think what we'll do then is we'll convert another factory to the Tojo, if we can do. Which I could do actually. To be fair, let's see. The B6N1. Okay, quick look. See, I don't want to be going into the Betty line here. I'm looking here, P1Y1 Francis. Let's take a look at that bad boy. Level bomber. Yes, compared to the G4M2. Okay, the G4M2 is actually available much, much later. That's actually remarkably late. So is it really any point even researching that? Not particularly. Let's see here then. So the G4M1, which is available right now, which is actually a decent capacity there. It's a decent level bomber, not the best, but it's okay. I mean, the speed on this bad boy is actually pretty high. I mean, 45 engines here, so we'd have to really start to increase production there. But I think what we'll do is obviously stick with the G4M1s. Now, we do have the G3s. We do have the G3M2. The G3M3. What we'll do then is we'll cancel production of the G3M3 and put that into the PY1. So I'm going to look for G3s. Right. Well, at least we have the PYY1. P1Y1. There's a lot of these other models I don't really need. Which R&D factories do you reckon? Do you guys reckon we could close then? Just taking a look at them, just trying to think of the best ones. Francis has army. That's very true. Okay, you can switch to K49 1A in 4. Okay, 42 such as build. Right. Okay, I see. Yeah, I like the armor though. The armor is worthwhile. I do wish I could sort by type. I should probably stop that one. There's a lot into the G4. Okay, we're going to stop the research of the G4M2 and change that to the P1Y1. There we go. Expand that. Then the other... I'll get rid of this G4M1. I think 2 will be okay. The rest I'm going to put into fighters, I think. I'll put another onto the Tojo, I reckon. Clear the type you can sort by type. Can I? I'm going to guess that's showing, like, fighters at the top. Yeah, that's very true. Okay. So I'll put another on the Tojo. I suppose it's not going to be very efficient considering the fact that this is... So, no, in fact, we'll put this towards other 4-engine planes, because it's a little bit of a... it's not really worth it changing it to a fight, because we're going to lose quite a bit there. So we can put this towards the KI-49. That'd make a lot more sense. Right, the 49. 2A. There we go. Two-way. Righto. And we can put some patrol craft in as well, actually. So at the moment we're working on the H6K2L. I'm going to go for the H6K4. Let's take a quick look at that then. Patrol. Right, yeah, the H6K4. The Mavis. Absolutely phenomenal range. But we will be going towards the H8K1, is what I'm trying to say, actually. So H8K1, that range, my lord. In comparison here, speed is obviously higher. And it's not that far away either. This plane could be very, very effective and very, very useful for our bases out in the Pacific. It's actually armoured as well, which is quite nice. It's got a decent armament. It carries cannon, which is quite good. And it carries torpedoes. Same amount of torpedoes here, which is quite good. It uses the HA-32s. Obviously, I'd have to take a look at the 32 engine production. I'd recommend some roofers, maybe 2 or 3. Right, roofs can be immediately switched to A6M8 without losing factories. That's good to know. Build the roof is up to 30 fastest method since they'll come online earliest. Okay, so we're going to get the H8K1 on the go. Should have done this a long time ago, but oh well. H8K1. There we go, we have both of those on. Expand that production. These are going to take some time to get going. H8K2. And switch over A6M5. Okay. Let's see. I need to get my dive bomber research up and running immediately, to be honest. And torpedo bombers. So let's take a look then. So at the moment we're obviously using the D3 Vals. So let's take a look. Dive bombers. Is it the 3A1? Yes, the 3A1. So let's take a look. Dive bomber could go towards the D4Y1. The Judy. Now the Judy looks like a hot piece of shit. That is a hot ass piece of shit. Right, so heavier armament. Service rating is quite good too, which is good to see. CV capable, of course. 500 kilogram bombs, so it's a better armament. It uses a HA60 engine, which is rather interesting. What is our alternatives here then, I wonder? D1A2. Yeah, so we don't really have much in the way of alternatives other than the D3A2 Val, which will compare the D3A2 with the D5Y1, D4Y1. Okay, so the 3A2 has a remarkably... Well, yeah, there's a massive difference in speed there, difference in range. Altitude is higher towards the 3A2, but not by much. Climb rate is higher to the D4Y1. Maneuver is higher to the 3A2. Durability is 3A2. Load, however, goes to the D4Y1. Service rating D4Y1. Upgrades. Okay. Gun value. Now, the 3A2 only carries a 250 kilogram bomb, so automatically the D4Y1 wins due to the heavier bomb capacity. At the end of the day, we want these babies to get out there and we want them to actually really drop the bomb. Like, not even metaphorically, we need them to drop a big-ass bomb, because those are going to be the things that knock out carriers. So, I'm going to look for my vals over here then. Right, D4Y1. Why is this the C? Either way... I'm not seeing a C variant here then. Right, okay, either way, we'll just change it over to the actual correct model then that we want. Yep, there we go. Right, get that expansion going. And change that to... I'd rather have... actually, no, I can have that one work on this. There we go. So we are expanding the R&D. Let's see. H8K, best seaplane, huge range on long lance. Yeah, very true. Long lances are pretty freaking great. Okay, now what I need to do then is take a look at my army aircraft. It's a little bit more mad when it comes to the army aircraft. Actually, no, torpedo bombers is next. So let's take a look. So we're going to go from the B5N2K to the B6N1 Jill. Torpedo bomber. Okay, 4 to 3. I guess I probably have a mix of N1s and N2s. But yeah, you can see this one is clearly superior. I mean, there's a big difference in time period, though, of course. Yeah, just the one torpedo, but it uses the HA 44. Okay. B6N1. Put them both onto the B6N1. Right, there we go. Let's take a look at the army aircraft now then. D4Y1C is a reconnaissance. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Reconnaissance is one we need to do too. Okay. I wish I knew what these planes were. Right, so we're looking for the KI 100 series. So these are Tony. So these are fighters. Okay, so I can switch these over then. That's fine. So I'll switch the one of these over. So the KI 100 Tony. I mean, that's a very late fight. I mean, this is the 2 variant. I mean, that's only the 1 variant. Bloody hell, that's far and away, isn't it? So I'll switch that over to Tojo. Yeah, go there's my Tojo. Right, the 2A variant. Yeah, 2A. Right, so another 7. I might as well just commit to the expansion now then. There we go. Okay, 44s. So, gonna have a much better research rate there. Keep in mind, R&D just speeds up R&D. All planes still become available at a historical date unless you speed up. Yeah, that's true. The radar doesn't activate until later in the game. What's up there, Christoph? How you doing, my dude? Are you at work? Ha, damn, that sucks. We've not begun the invasion of Midway yet. We still haven't entered the turn as if you're doing the R&D currently. Okay, so we've got that sorted. Now, I want to take a look at the zeros again. So I need that. So we need more A6M3A. I think what we'll do then is we'll get rid of... Let's see. Get rid of this, because there's no point researching this if I'm not going to use it. So I'll change that over to the 3A. Still keep some... Actually, no, it looks like we kept all production. That's fantastic. There we go, plenty of work going on here. Right, so should we go with some roofies? Oh, that's the army. What's the Rex? Okay. Is the roofie an army plane? Okay. Am I just missing? I'm probably just missing it. Roofies are the 8. Alright, the A6M2. Okie dokie. What's up there, Snake? How you doing? We've only just started, really. It's only about 38 minutes and... Oops, excuse me. Oh, right. Yeah, there we go. I missed it. Oh, right, the float fighter. To be honest, they are rather nice. So we'll... Yeah, we've already got that production underway. That's pretty good. Awesome. A6M5 needs to be A6M8. Yeah, the M80. Or do go with the M1K1 George. Then again, let's take a look then. So 3A goes to the A6M5. Obviously, I could switch it over. A6M8. Suppose we could stick with the A6M3A for a while. Well, let's take a look at the alternative, the M1K1. Right, the N1K1 George. Okay, that's obviously early, available much earlier. So I suppose we'd have to have the N1K1 as well. So I think what we'll do then is start joint research on the N1K1. Though this one is not CV capable. I'm not happy about that. Is there a different model? Neither is the N1K2 George. K5, no. What about the Jacks? Yeah, CV capability carrier is a massive thing. Okay, it's not worth pursuing then. Okay. Right. George is for your LBA Navy craft. Okay. Yeah, you have to go down to the path and switch in. Oh, right, sorry, I missed that part. Don't do the A6M8 till the roof or the A6M3 is repaired to 30. That's my bad then, that's not my bad. Yeah, you should start researching the A7 as soon as possible. The A6M8 will be your CV final to get to the A7M2. So we should start researching the A7 right now then, okay. The A7M2 SAM, I would take it. That's a very nice aircraft. Okay, we'll move over the M3 to the M2. Might as well get the M2 before that. Obviously, if we can speed that up, that'd be nice. There we go. Right, we'll call that for now. We've increased the amount of R&D ongoing, so that's good to see. Right, let's get into the actual game at hand then, shall we? So we are aware of a ship or two sighted just off the coast. I'm going to assume that's away from Midway. Now, do I want these ships and transports to actually meet up halfway? Do I want them to basically head in together is my point. Let's take a look. It would slow things. Let's see, if I go full speed, how would we do? Full speed... in fairness, full speed's going to be about 10 knots anyway, so there's no point. So we'll go mission speed. Okay, initially over here we will land a decent amount of troops. So I think that'll do for now then. Okay, so they'll arrive, they'll get a beachhead sorted, then reinforcements will arrive. Obviously we'll use our air power to pound them as much as possible once the area is secure and ready. Now, Kibutai isn't far out here. Now, what do we have here? We have potentially cruiser mine layer. I'll allow that to pass for now, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Kibutai head towards the Philippines. So she's going to head out towards the area here. We're going to make sure her planes are ready to go, you know. Right, so sweep, well, escort. There we go, escort, sorry, sweep. No, sorry, escort. Goddamn. There we go. They're not using drop tanks. Do I have them use drop tanks? No, I don't think it's necessary. Hiru's still suffering with the engine damage, though, which is a small concern. Right, the Vals. We'll have them on naval attack for the time being. There we go. Naval attack. Right, there we go. So everybody is going to be ready to actually fight here, which is good to see. So we have the Hiru, Soru, Shokaku, and Zuikaku. Okay. We're going to go to Japan. Now, Yokohama is where our new carriers arrived. Yeah, let's see. Do have a midget submarine over here too. Tanker as well. So I'm going to get some tankers sent up to the north over there. And obviously to Formosa. So what we'll do then is we'll take the Soho. There we go, take Soho. She's out here now. Okay. I need to fill her up. What's her... Right, oh, actually, that's fantastic. So she comes with some planes. That's good to see. I would like to have them upgraded to A6M20, so upgrade now. I love the fact that we have such a great amount. So get some more planes in there. So we've got some in reserve. Turn one reserve to pool. I love the fact of how many zeros we have. That's really quite nice. I do appreciate that a lot. Right, they're still training at the moment. We do have some Kates on board here, so that's fine. We'll have those fill up. I need some Vals. And we do have some sub-chasers here, actually, so I'm going to get those out and about. Okay. Now I need to patrol around this area here. This seems to be where they're coming from. Yeah, it's a good task force, I'm not gonna lie. Which reminds me. You're gonna head back to truck. Need to make use of you. Then again, actually. I do have some Claudes over here. I'd like you to transfer to Hosho. Or do I do that? We'll fill that up at a later date, man. But she's going to head over to truck. I might put those Claudes on from there, to be fair. Right, I-171. She's in for repair, okay. There we go. Just one moment. Just need to reply to message. Okay. So, what I need to find then is my submarines. They're heading back to truck. Okay. But truck's there. I'm somewhat bemused at that one, so I can't really explain that one. Weird. Right, head to truck. Like, actually head to truck, not some other random place. I need to get my submarines in order. Okay, we have clear sky. Oh no. Yeah, it's good to see then. Let's see, do I have any tankers in the north? Two tankers and an escort over here. Oh no, it's actually technically a tanker. Okay, that's cool. It's actually a tanker. Sweet. We'll put in some patrol boats then. These are actually pretty damn quick, you know. I might put the armed merchant ship. At the end of the day, it doesn't have any anti-submarine, but it is another target potentially for them to hit. It does have some gun elements, so... We'll leave it at that. I reckon they should be fine. Probably not. Just head out at all speed. Right, that's a good capacity too. Apparently you don't have capacity. Yeah, you are an escort. I knew you were an escort. Oh, it's just the tanker task force. Okay, but it is definitely an escort. I knew it was an escort. That's decent then. It does have some anti-submarine, so at least that's something as a defense, and that's fine. That's fine for now. Do we have any tankers over here? No, we don't have any tankers over here. Do we have any tankers here? I do have one tanker there. Right, the AMC might provide some fireport. That's true. For some small invasions. Very, very true. Couple tankers here. Subchaser 2. We need to get the oil flowing. Very slow, but it's going to take a subchaser with it, so at least it's going to have some defense. Not much, but some. So that's a couple tankers heading that way to the north. It's not great, don't get me wrong. But it should be okay for now. I was going to test the waters and see how we do. Now, do we have tankers here? We should have tankers. We do have a couple tankers there. I'm going to take these tankers over here. Right, 12 knots. I mean, that's a really fast tanker. I'm going to send up with the others. I'm going to take the AMC-2. You're going to head over here to Taihoku. We do have two tankers here. We also have some patrol boats, which I need to get out there. Okay, there we go. Mix of speed here, but that's fine. Right, patrol around this end of the strait. Awesome. Remain on station. I'm sure around here too. Few tankers over that way. I need to get my tankers set up actually. Plenty of planes here. $12 knots. Right. I'm going to have you head out in the future. I want to see the submarine activity drop down first of all. Okay, these forces are on their way. That's great news. All these guys are set up to strategic movement. So I'm going to get them all to move to our base here at Malaya. But again, I'm going to wait a bit. I don't want to overwhelm Malaya at the moment. So let's make sure she can get supplies in. We do have our battleships just off and around here. Okay, you're gonna head back to Hainan. Okay, so our surface combat forces over here. I'm going to have them head out to Hong Kong to rearm. And just repair minor damage. Then we're going to use them for bombardment. Then again, Kidobutai will arrive soon, so I'm going to use them for bombardment. So, head off to the South China Sea for the time being. Remain on station. Once Kidobutai arrives in the area, we should be able to operate without any issues. Right, under repairs, Haruna. Haruna has suffered damage. She's going to be ready in about 14 days, roughly. She did get hit by a torpedo, which did cause some significant damage. Not a huge amount, but she did take some damage. I mean, system of flood, it's not exactly perfect. So we'll get that ready, we'll get that overhauled. Okay. 11k, 27s. I'm going to have them moved elsewhere. Might as well. So, around about here. Just build up the amount of defense, really. Why not? Need covered against the wildebeest. Fucking wildebeest, man. They are just absolute demons. Demons of the air. Now, we do have a couple of H6s. We need to move them out, don't we? I'd like to move them. I need some oil over here, actually. Let's move them to Bataan Island for the time being. Not quite that ludicrous. Okay. So our forces will be arriving shortly. Relatively shortly. Just want them to arrive sooner or later. They're not going to be in any issues as... Obviously, they're entering into a combat area, but they're not going to be the first ones there, so that should be alright. Where do you buy this? You can buy this from Matrix Games, so I'll post a link to it in a moment. Bear in mind, I'm using a modded version. If you look on to episode 16 or 17, you will find a link to the map mod I'm using right now. Uno momento. Right, soon we'll end the turn. I know it's taken a little while, but I just want to be a bit more thorough this time. Make sure we get everything sorted. I need to also cancel the bombing orders in the north. I don't think they're actually issued, to be fair. I think I did cancel them. Right, then again, I'll double check. Admirals Edition, where for that vow? Should just typed in. Ah, here we go. So yeah, here we go. This is the link to Admirals Edition. It's quite an expensive game, but it's well worthwhile. Okay. Where the crap is coping? Oh. The base over here then, okay. With their 156 mile per hour speed. They are demons. How do you deal with the interface lag in this game? To be honest, I just don't even notice it. It's not even that bad. It just takes a little bit of time, and that's about it. So, it's not that bad. The game is more than worthwhile. Okay, they were flying around from here. Right, if we could run reconnaissance over Changsha, I wonder if that would help us out a good deal. I'll put altitude down to about 10,000 feet. These other planes. Let's do some reconnaissance over Luoyang. I need to understand what I'm actually dealing with. Right, okay, that's interesting. So there's only apparently 5,600 troops here. Let's verify that, because that is a game changer. Where are they? So there's a couple of units over here, 28,000 troops. 3,800. Okay, we need to figure out where the Chinese forces have gone. Yeah, it takes a few seconds, but at the end of the day, you look at the scale of the game, there's nothing else like it. It's absolutely fine. You just get used to it, to be honest. Right, 22nd Division's over here. We'll be landing the 38th Division of Fushao. Shortly, they will be landing here. in just a turn. So that's fantastic. We'll unload 38th Division over here and give the Chinese hell in that area. Right, supply gas. Okay. That's fine. Cancel bomber mission at Chuking. Are they over here? Changsha? Where's Chuking? Oh, wait a minute. It was the flights over from Formosa that were causing us issues. But we lost a lot of planes last time, wasn't it? Where are they flying from? Right. Here we go. Let's give them their actual target. So I'll have them fly to Changsha. What's up there, Noah Hauser? How you doing, my dude? There we go. Set all level bombers at the space to target there. Changsha. Lovely. Left. I'm pretty blind. How goes the war? Did you carry out your attack on Pearl and the west coast? We are just getting into position to launch an attack on Midway. We did take Wake Island in the last session, which was fantastic. Okay. Ground, let's see. Changsha. Set everybody to target there. Right, you're on training. Just waiting for these planes to go through their repair. I mean, there's a lot of them under repair. Right, they won't fly out there. These planes are all set up. If they're on ground pound, they'll go into the right place. Right, these zeros are training. We do have a number of zeros out here, actually. That's good to see. I mean, a good couple ready squadrons, too. Alrighty, alrighty. Right, we need you in range of Changsha. So fly from Canton. Is this an invasion of Midway? Train and rest. 3,000 feet. Okay, that'll do. Yeah, your big boy pants. Right, so we have Bushido just outside of Midway. We've been bombarding the airfield there repeatedly. So you can see here, airfield has 54% damage. We do have this task force on the way with over 1,000 troops, and then this force on the way with over 3,000 troops. So we will have a good deal of troops, which will be quite nice. It will definitely, well, ideally be enough to take Midway Island. I mean, we do have battleship support here, and we do have heavy cruiser support. I mean, the heavy cruisers have laid down some good bombardment. I will detach the heavy cruisers the battleships once the ground forces arrive, and have the battleships merge with them to act as cover for the ground forces. So in fact, what I'll do then is, let's see. I want you to meet these guys. And then merge. They're going to head this way so this force can catch up and then we can approach Midway. The reason for taking Midway is basically, let's take a look here. Map. Okay. So if we take a look here then at search arcs. So if we scale into about 25% here, you can see the entirety of basically Asia. Well, all of Asia pretty much. So you can see here that at the moment we have this search arc and we have these search arc from the submarines. Once we have patrol aircraft, I mean this is the radius of patrol aircraft. Once we have patrol aircraft around here, we're going to be able to start to cover a greater area of the Pacific, and that is the most important thing here. Even if we don't pick them up on the first pass, it is going to be good to pick them up inevitably. So we just need to really set that up. Okay. So that's going to be good for us. And as you can see over here, where we have Kitabutai. There we go, sorry about that. How do I zoom out like you do? You just go into the tracker, go down all the way to map, then change the scale here. Or do you mean on this? And then you just click the map up at the top. Okay. That's looking good. It's looking very good. I want to get those sorted. Yeah, it's going to be a great base for the float planes. I'm going to look for my submarines here. What's the general requirements for taking Hawaii in terms of troops alone? You know, I couldn't give you an accurate amount without seeing Hawaii. I need to have some kind of idea, which is why I'm interested in having scout planes there. Right, all task forces, meanwhile, sub-operations. Ships, here we go. They're over here at sea. Why are you still here? I told you to set out some time ago. That's strange. Alright then, I'm going to have you head over to Ominato. Do we head to Ominato? Interesting question. To be fair, let's take a look at this actual task force. So we have the submarines over here. Actually, that one does have some major engine damage. I can't have you head out in good conscience. Okay, so I-155 will be stricken. Right. Sub-patrol. Right, 154 is hurt too, so 159 will be taken. Endurance, what is the endurance here? These are actually really good range. Okay, we'll take 160 and RO 33 and 34. What is the speed? Okay, so obviously they're upgun. These are obviously up torpedoed. AA. Speed's roughly the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these submarines. We're going to take them all the way to the North American coastline. So we're going to head out to Ominato. We're going to link up with some of the oilers there. Well, the oiler there. And just get them refueled before they set off on their journey. Get the most out of them. I'm going to look for a submarine tender. That's what I want. Right, active ships. I do have I-154 over here. Yeah, she's in for repair. Couple tankers. Right, going back over here then. Colonial Pearl Harbor. Truck at sea. Okay, here we go. Yeah, these are all ready to go. That's fantastic. Now, do we patrol off the American, sort of the Australian coastline? It's a good question. And I can keep all of these on the Pearl Harbor, just more siege, basically, at this point. I would like to have more sent out to the American coastline. At the end of the day, if we can really start to hamper their back and forth, that's going to really hurt them. So we'll have them sent out to Wake Island. I will be dealing with Australia, but I think I'm going to use actual aircraft carriers, like I could use the Sun Yan Task Force and combine that maybe with another one. Try and get some more planes going. We need 7 to 8 divisions for taking Pearl. Yeah, plus the bombardment force of just every battleship. More than definitely. Right, our sub-carrier here. Why don't you have fuel? Oh, this is only the midget sub. Oh, is this a midget sub carrier? Ah, it's just a midget sub. 171. Okay. One tender sunk near Midway. Yeah, the other one should be around here somewhere. I'm pretty damn sure that she wasn't destroyed. Okay, you head over here. Right, support. Here you are. Okay. And have you dock. Disband that task force so I can get you ready to go. Right, Saigon. Kobe. Right, you can move out from Kobe. Right, there we go. She's 18 knots, so that's not a bad speed at all. And we'll have her head down to Wake. We're going to use Wake Island then as sort of a submarine tender base. Use that as a launch pad for the Aleutian Isles and basically all around. And we'll be ready to go. We did capture the base over here, which was fantastic. Do need to move down here, but I think I'll wait a while. Need to repair pressure ship indeed. Okay, so our forces will be heading down here. Okie dokie. Lots of talk, very little action, so we'll change that in just a moment then. And we'll be good to go. So there, Rez, how are you doing, my dude? So 38th will land here at Fushao. Which would be great news. And we are moving our forces towards Changsha, which is great. More bombers have been assigned over here. How many turns have passed this session? 0. The first turn is now. And I realise I should have checked if I'd sent my resources out. Oh well, we'll make do. Okay, so would you say that unshackling the Japanese of a number of its dogmatic strategic decisions really help in this game? To be honest, what I'm doing at the moment is I'm reading War Plan Orange, which is the American strategy to deal with Japan from 1897 to 1945, and it's remarkably accurate. Like, it was very much the plan used. So it's quite interesting to read it to see how the Japanese could have actually negated it. Be more proactive with warships. Indeed, I'm being quite aggressive. I'm going to be very aggressive with my battleships, and I'm going to be quite aggressive in Pacific. We need to try and take these islands all the way out here, and ideally if we could take Pearl Harbor, that would be a cataclysmic game changer. So we need to be very, very proactive and very aggressive right now, because this is the most time we're ever going to have. So we need to use it. I need to go out there and aggressively acquire that oil and oil refineries. Just be as aggressive as possible, really. Especially in China. And once China's dealt with, that's going to free up a lot of our issues. Yeah, it will be interesting to see if the US sends its carriers for defense of Midway. I'm not entirely sure if they would or not. Right, 016. I'm going to assume that is a Dutch submarine. Yeah, she's going for Yamashiro, basically. Sailfish escaped without hits. Spearfish escaped without hits. Pike, undamaged. I do wonder if I have enough planes around Midway. At the end of the day, we need to be quite ballsy, but I'm not going to be in that area for very long, so we get the troops landed on Midway, we use our battleships and we use our air power to achieve victory at Midway, and then we withdraw with the carriers until it's safer, into a safer area, really. Okay, so we had a few damaged here, but nothing more than usual. There we go, good amount of casualties inflicted. Those are some bloody brave nades. Well, nats, whatever. Bloody wildebeest. Okay, so we lost a 1A and a 1B. We destroyed 2 wildebeests and damaged another. Not exactly great. Right, only 3k 27, so that's no good. I might be better off splitting the Tojo squadron. We lost the plane on the ground as well, which is no good. Lots of planes near Sydney. Yeah, Kuala Lumpur, basically Malaya is the forge of our aces at the moment. I mean, in fairness, I could do getting better planes into that area so we could actually get the experience where we're going to need it. In the planes where we're going to use it. Right, we send supplies out there. No naval action, as we can see. There we go, we've arrived at Changsha. And the battle will begin in earnest. I do feel quite confident that we can break through the defences there. That's 4 divisions, 4 armoured regiments, a good amount of artillery. We are going to burn through the Chinese. We do have a great deal of air support that is continuously growing, so the Allied forces are going to suffer a defeat here. Right, 38th Division has arrived, so we'll go for a deliberate attack of Fushao and destroy the Chinese there. Then with the 38th we can use them in the Philippines and moving them about. I think I'll use the 38th as more of my mobile division. Right, 39th has actually received quite an amount of strength back. We'll use their air cover to really help the 39th once we've dealt with Changsha. Okay, so relatively unremarkable turn there, but forces have arrived at Changsha at long last, so we should be able to take her fairly quickly, which I'm going to be really happy about. Once she's dealt with, then we can really start to move out, spread our forces, and really start to bring about the fall of Central China, and gain access to that sweet, sweet beauty. Well, booty of the resources and industry. Okay. Right, so let's take a look. We didn't see any flights from Midway either. Midway damage quite heavy. Okay, so the heavy cruisers have re-emerged over here. Alright, spread the fuel out. Yeah, it's not going to be long before our forces arrive here. They're going to merge shortly. Stay at sea. Just move over here. I want you to merge. Just hold off. It's going to take us about 3 days before we can really get the landings underway, but I'd rather have them meet up and go for the best. I want the battleships to cover, basically. Or I could have the heavy cruisers cover, but I think the battleships are far more effective. Okay, a few ships over here. Actually, what I'm going to do here, then, is, let's see. Form a new task force. Bombardment. Ammunition's depleted here. So we'll have the light cruisers run out. And some destroyers as an escort. There we go. So there's going to be our bombardment force. So you're going to go in there, you're going to bombard Midway. There we go. Still a few planes over here. But they shouldn't really be much of an issue. In fairness, what I could do is I could sweep with the Claudes. Right, we'll target Midway. Right, so all the Claudes are going to sweep over Midway. We're going to hit that airfield. Then again, no, I'm not going to do that. Let's forget that one. The reason being I need to hold on to these actual pilots and planes. They're actually quite valuable all the way out here. By the way, can you form a fleet with multiple submarines, and how do they perform? I don't know. I've seen on the forum that people don't rate it too highly, so I've not really done that. There's actually quite a few ships over there. That's fine, we'll get them eventually. Right, Kiributai is closing in on the Philippines. Okay. Good amount of assault value over here. Gained a few more troops. How's the Kano detachment? Disrupted and fatigued. Okay, so what we're going to do then is going to go with bombardment. These forces are going to stay here just on the defense, just so they can recover. Still a good amount of assault value here. We need to obviously garrison Manila, which is going to make things a little bit more difficult to manage. But that's absolutely fine. Okay. Little bit of disruption, but absolutely nothing, to be honest. So we're going to go with a deliberate attack across the board. Lots of planning here. This should go very, very well. And hopefully we will achieve a victory. There is 84,000 troops here. That is an insane amount of troops. But notice they have 315 guns. We have 985 guns. 985. Almost 1,000 pieces of artillery. We have 441 armoured fighting vehicles and 30,910 frontline infantry. Yeah, not far off. So that is a incredible amount of Japanese firepower. Right. Yeah, indeed, there's still 66,000 troops over here then, so that's good news then. I'd rather them be over here than elsewhere. It seems like we've seen a general Chinese withdrawal over here in the north, which is quite interesting to see. What I'm going to do here is actually I'm going to move the Mongol cavalry brigade over here. I really want to see what we're dealing with and whether we can actually defeat it in earnest. If we can clear the Chinese out from here in the north, I'd be very, very happy. Okay. A few forces there should be enough. Okay, okay. 38th has arrived. So we'll set them to deliberate attack. There we go. What's up there, dummy? Sorry, I mean, what's up there, Gerald? Sorry, I just read dummy fried, and then I was like, oh, goddammit. Okay. Yeah, great army for a great battle. No kidding. Jesus, it's going to make a huge difference. Right, 19,000 troops over here. We have a discrepancy in terms of numbers here, so I'm a little bit concerned. We'll set them all to combat. Operations mode. And we'll go with a bombardment. They do need reinforcements, but I could send reinforcements over here. Okie dokie. How about here in the Malayan Peninsula? We have arrived over here, so there's only 14,000 troops. We have a decent amount here, a lot of SNLF, of course, but let's get them all into combat. Right, all of them in combat mode. We'll go for a bombardment just to wait for these reinforcements, see how things go. Need to arrive down here first and deal with these troops. There's only 1,700, so it isn't going to take them long to manage. 67 guns. We have 700 guns, apparently. That is a fuckload of guns. Oh, sorry, 229 guns. Okay. I'm going to suspect that is actual artillery pieces. Okie dokie. Bombardment force isn't too far off here. Moving on pretty quickly. Right, you need to head back over here. Okay, awesome. Okay, that's fine. Send you back over here to pick up resources, which is going to be great news. There, Hakodate. You're carrying... Right, so you're obviously a fueler. You're heading out there too. We'll pick up these resources, which we've just finished off over here. Oh, actually, loading complete. Okay, that's fine. So we'll send you here to unload. Right, Port Arthur. Start loading those resources. Right, plenty here. Loading has been completed. Head to Shimoneski. Actually, no, to Fukuoka. There we go. How are we doing at Shanghai? Loading complete. Head over to Shimoneski. Oh, Sasebo. Which is... over there we go. Fantastic. Right, good news. So fuel and resources are moving now, which is quite good. We do have our tankers over here, so I want them to start loading oil. There we get that oil on board. Fantastic. That's what I like to see. Right. I was going to make a save here, then I could put all these saves into the actual tracker then afterwards, and we could see things in detail. Okay. So that's resources sorted. We should intercept whatever that is off the American, well, off of Pearl Harbor. Still worried about this. Still very, very worried. But we'll see how we go on. Bombardment should be ferocious. Okay. In terms of losses, Guadalcanal wasn't terrible. Right. How are we doing with our actual squadron down here then with their KI-43-1Cs? It's going to be some time before they're ready, at least a week. That's fine. What is our actual aircraft pool looking like? Okay. Yeah, we really need to build that back up. Yeah. Nothing in the pool so far. Need to build it up. Good amount of zeros in here. Need to get new planes on the scene. The BB being repaired in Hong Kong, how is it doing? That would be Haruna. Haruna's going to be in there for about roughly 2 weeks. Yeah, okay, yeah, just under 2 weeks. Ideally a short amount of time, but that's fine. I'd rather her be ready to go rather than in a terrible condition. How we're looking in terms of movement over here. It's going to take us some time. Very much depends on the ability of these forces here, but in fairness, once we subdue the area around here of the Philippines, then we'll be able to move out, use Kiributai. Okay, let's have them on bombardment too. Really get the bombardment up. Righto, what is our weather report like? Not too bad. Okay. Plenty over here. There we go, get them closer. That's fine. Okay, moving on to the next turn. Okay. You know what, I'm going to recommend the book, Warplan Orange, just saying. Also, did I mention to you guys I've actually ordered a Wehrmacht officer's uniform? Whoops. I'll show you that in just a moment. What did I just miss here? We never hit the destroyer, did we? Did we hit the destroyer? We didn't, did we? Come on. One can dream. We didn't hit... Okay, we didn't hit. Ah, that's fine. I just thought for just a moment we did. Just a moment, I got my hopes up. Okay. 42 Kitabutai could only be a hit and run raid and force. Ah, there we go. Zuiho Maru. Ooh. So the Allies have a submarine out here. That makes things dangerous. Okay, wow, we got very lucky there. That would have really hurt us. Shit. Right, here goes our bombardment at Midway. This is going to be the strongest bombardment we've actually launched so far in the war. This is 4 battleships. A number of light cruisers. I should have thrown the battleships in with the heavy cruisers and really gone to town. But this is most definitely the heaviest bombardment to date. The defenders in Midway are in for a hell of a pounding. And I really can't wait to see the results here. I hope they're good. Right, so we damaged 6 B-18s, 3 Catalinas were damaged as well. And we inflicted 143 casualties. We destroyed a squad, we disabled 2, we destroyed a non-combat, we disabled 13. They lost a gun and 6 were disabled. That is a big deal. The airbase was hit 4 times, supply 5, 9 on the runway, port 8, port supply 7. That is a big, big deal. Bonsai. That's going to hurt them. That is definitely going to hurt them. I mean, yeah, exactly. Only 2 guns firing back. That shows you the amount of resistance here is very low. So we can keep up that bombardment. Yeah, make sure you put the carriers near Midway and SW to stop these submarines. I could set a carrier up to doing that, actually. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Use my dive bombs in that role. Wouldn't be too bad. Oh, the Sturgeon was actually hit 3 times. That's really good news. Very, very nice. Really happy about that one. Sweet. What's up there, Cal? How you doing, my dude? Okay. 38th Division merging. Let's see how they can do here. I'm quite interested to see the results in China. Black, I need to still name a task force after you, so I will do that shortly. Okay, so they've merged, so then I might just put them on full speed and have them head for Midway just as soon as possible. Come on, Tactician. Come on, Neuhauser. Keep it together, guys. Right, patrols from for attack on via the light cruisers, heavy cruisers, etc. are going out. Right, the Allies are obviously aware of the... wow, that's a good result there, 103 casualties. Just a Hawk in response there. Hopefully she's shot down. She isn't. Not exactly a great result there, but still not bad. Move the Ki-44 to a airbase that's closer to ones getting hit so they don't withdraw so much. It depends. We'll see where the B-17s are hitting now. They are pretty keen on Indochina, so we'll see. Another wildebeest down, another demon down. Right, there we go. So 6 Ki-44 Tojos are in response. One of them breaks off. 2 of them breaks off. 3 of them break off. Critical hit on a fortress. That's fantastic. Another 44 breaks off. I wonder why. I think we'll have to reduce the amount of the squadron going out there, so that's no good. All of the Tojos are breaking off there before they can really do anything, so we'll definitely take a look at that squadron. It might be very well that they just can't compete. But we did inflict critical damage on a 17, so that's really going to hurt them. Right, shite. That's a lot of zeros. Why? Oh, right, they're heading out for the naval. Okay, that might not have been the best idea, but hopefully our zeros performed very well. I'm somewhat surprised that more zeros did not head out. Okay. Let's see what the results are. Hopefully we don't lose too many zeros. I mean, I can replace those zeros lost, but I'd rather not. Those were not good results there. Okay. That is pretty rough. We're going to have to send the squadrons of zeros on the island to perform their duties. I don't want to lose named pilots. I don't really want to lose pilots, so that was actually quite a heavy loss from Kiributai there. Clark's airfield has really put up a massive, massive defense against us, to be honest. Okay. How are the wildebeest in the stream? Speed demons. Absolute demons of the sea. Okay, guys. There we go. One loss there. I don't like the amount of Oscars that we're losing. It is really heavy air combat in the Malayan Peninsula. We do definitely need to subdue it. How are all our ships? Our ships are doing okay. Right, now that's a much better amount of planes. So if we have our zeros running from the ground bases here, that'd be good. I mean, I could send more zeros for Formosa too, which wouldn't be a bad idea at all. Right, we need to subdue them. Should not have set them on naval attack, but we'll see how we do here. I think I'm just going to go for the actual airfield attack and just really get them. Okay. So, what are the results there? 2 zeros destroyed, 2 damage, 1 Warhawk destroyed. We need to hit the airfield. Definitely need to hit the airfield. We just need to really take Clark's airfield and really put those Warhawks out of commission, because they are putting up such a bloody resistance to us. Okay, transporting more supplies over there. That's good news. Benham. Miss. Okay, unsurprising. No hits received, which is always good news. Okay, deliberate attack at Changsha. Let's see how we do here. Now, this is the big battle of the turn here. Okay. So, I mean, we have 4 divisions, we have 4 armoured regiments, we have this artillery. It's going to put up a hell of a big deal here. And the Chinese don't have overwhelming numbers, they don't have a huge amount of numbers. And thankfully most of their forces are quite weak, so we just need to break them up. I mean, they have been bombarded from the air for quite some time now, which is really good news. Okay. I don't think Changsha will fall this turn, but we'll see what sort of damage we inflict in this side from there. I mean, if we do enough damage, we might even go for a shock attack. It depends really on the state of the Chinese cores here. And they do have a good number of these cores, but they're not exactly in their best state right now, are they? Yeah, you can't just invade anyway. You've got to really be quite ballsy, but you've got to be ballsy and smart. You can't just throw something out there and expect it not to be damaged. Okay, yeah, we're doing a lot of damage there. Just look at those numbers falling. That's remarkably good. Tank regiment attacking. Surely the amount of armor here would give us a advantage. I hope so. It's the 73rd Chinese corps that we need to collapse, and the 37th. Once they're gone, they're completely just fucked. But this is a lot of armor being committed to this battle. There we go, 15th Division is beginning its attack. Okay, 37th is almost collapsed. Practically collapsed, as I would say. 73rd needs to go down. Okay, 37th is rather reduced. There we go, much better. 99th is almost destroyed. So there, Christoph. Are you back from work? Awesome, dude. Nice. I mean, 3rd Division and 40th Division have taken some damage, but obviously we'll rest them and allow them to attack again and again. I mean, the thing that we have to bear in mind is the fact that we have unlimited air support in this area. We don't have to worry about that. The Chinese are going to get hammered over and over and over again. But what we do need to do is reduce the Chinese fortifications quite heavily. I'd imagine they'd be quite high. Okay. Okay, so we should see the results of the battle shortly. I just want to see what sort of... I suppose I could see that anyway. But we'll go ahead then, we'll skip this and see how we do then. Okay. So reduce fortifications to 4, so they were at level 5. But yeah, it's not far off. We are going to break them down. Yeah, defender terrain, forts, the attacker, nothing there. I mean, we suffered 2,171 casualties there. We've lost a... Right, 60 vehicles have been disabled, 1 destroyed, a couple guns disabled. Not huge losses. The Chinese suffered 1,620 casualties though, 114 squads disabled there. Those are heavy casualties. The thing is, the air power is going to really start to drive them out. So we will have to break Changsha over time. It's going to be difficult due to the fortifications, but once we break those fortifications, they will be gone. Okay, good, they've been forced to retreat from Fushao. 3,510 casualties inflicted, destroyed a lot of guns, that destroyed a hell of a lot of their squads here. So we'll chase them with the 38th and defeat them in earnest. Right, bombardment to cook on. I could probably take the 25th Chinese Corps there. The base force isn't that strong. But I'd rather have air power support them. Okay, bombardment to Clark's airfield. Right, now this is what I'm interested in seeing. We couldn't take this force as of now. We need reinforcements, to be fair. More deliberate attacks at Changsha, and they should weaken. Yeah, disabled tanks will fix over time. Okay, what's the results here? 46 casualties inflicted. So our assault value is not enough to compete here. I mean, we do have a high amount of guns, so we can keep bombarding them into oblivion over time. I am relying on my reinforcements to arrive. It's just a shame that it would be such a long time. But we'll go from there and deal with it as it comes. I might be able to go for a deliberate attack at Clark's airfield. We need to set up a annihilation of the air power at Clark. But I think we'll go for a deliberate attack from the ground forces there. Okay. At least now with deliberate attacks we are damaging more and more of the Chinese squads, so they are going to be disabled and destroyed by the air quite easily. Okay. Nicely done. He thought I was taking a break. Oh, that's a shame there, dude. Well, the first battle of Changsha went fairly well. I mean, roughly equal losses in terms of, like, Chinese to Japanese. But in fairness, they did have, like, 5 levels of fortifications, so they were well dug in there. So the losses have been the highest now. I don't imagine they would get so high next turn. We'll take a look at their disruption / fatigue and go from there, really. Right, let's take a look. Quite high fatigue and disruption. Yeah, that's quite high. So what we're going to do is we're going to rest these divisions. Yeah. We'll set everybody to bombard. Let's see. We'll just go defense with the divisions then. Give them time to recover. Obviously the artillery can continue to bombard. The armoured regiments... See, why is there only 3 armoured regiments here? Where's the other one? I keep counting more, I think. Yeah, we do have... right, it must be just listed as something else, and that's rather strange. Right, so they're all going to recover their strength and then go again. Okay, so the bombardment will continue. I'm going to be very interested to see what the air power can do over here this turn. I'm somewhat tempted to go for a... deliberate attack. You need to get into One and West. It's so good. So good. I might do a video on it shortly. Okay. Moving out over here. Right, let's deal with the Americans down here then. Right, 26 planes ready to go, so I'm going to go for sweep. I really need to get them out here. Right. Wait, what you said to? Ground attack. No, sweep. We need to hit Clark, and we need to hit Clark hard. That's where all their air capacity is. So I'm going to hit Clark. And let's hope for the best. Right, that squadron's really been damaged a lot. So what we're going to do then is going to have our planes over here then. I mean, do we just send in the fighters? But I think we just need to escort the bombers and just go that way. So airfield attack. Over here to Clark. Not sweep? Okay, escort. Yeah, escort, okay. That's fine then. So set all dive bombs to hit Clark's airfield. And we are going to lose a lot of planes, but we are going to be able to replenish these losses. It's just obviously the Americans aren't going to be able to retake that base, are they? So that's the big deal. So we hit Clark's airfield. I mean, Clark is a big, big deal. It's a beautiful airbase. We just need to make a good deal of it. Okay, so we'll go back to escort. Okay. Actually, they're training. Do I want to send them in? Should I get one of the west or one of the east? Ooh. See, one of the west has a much deeper logistical simulation. It's a good game. It's a very good game. It's just obviously not the same scale as one of the east, obviously with like the early war. I'd get one of the east if you want to play the Germans. I'd get one of the west if you want to play as the Allies, pretty much. But it's still an interesting game to play as the Axis in west. I'll do a video on it at some point in the future, and then you guys will be able to see too. Okay, so we're going to hit. Do I dare bring in this force to bombard Clark? I think that could be a good idea. The reason being then, if we can actually hit the airfield, that could do some damage. There we go. Right. Send in the Naval Guard and this Engineer Regiment. There we go. Actually, I'll send in a reconnaissance. There we go. Set altitude as the same for the bombers, or have the fighters higher, make the bombers nice and low to make it hit. Right. Okay. I think we'll have the fighters down to 25,000 feet then. That'll do then. There we go. So one of these for slaughtering Slavs. Pretty much. Oh dear. Can you play both at the same time if you own both? Oh yeah, you can play. I mean, one of these you can play the Germans, or you can play the Soviets, or one of the West you can play the Germans, or you can play the Allies. I'm not saying that you can. I'm just saying that it's like predominantly the Allied show in one of the West. The Germans are definitely on the back foot. Okay, plenty of ships over here. Right off the coast, we are seeing. Well, we were seeing increased activity. Right. So our group has merged over here. I need to set them to an amphibious group. Okay, that'll be fine then, I guess. Go full speed, I need you there. I don't care if you run out of fuel, you need to get there to Midway. Okay, what's the ammunition like? It's rather low. We'll go for another bombardment anyway. Ideally, we can just unleash absolute hell on them. Okay. I'm going to send... Right, set load. Right, I'm going to send that force over to potentially attack Johnson Island. That'd be quite nice. Right. Ace W around Midway. Okay, got you. Okay, we'll have them run from the Zuiho. What's the pilot experience like? Obviously, they're not going to be great at it, but we'll have them run ASW. And the Ryujo. There we go. That should be nice, then they're using bombs, obviously. Okay. The rest of the pilot will be looking out for the enemy ships in the area. You have all the planes and the ships that exist in reality. Okay. Quite a few ships over here. Quite a few indeed. Right, I need these sent back to Japan. But I'm going to head over here to Taihoku, so we can pick up those resources. Well, I suppose the oil there. Okay, so I need these troops to arrive down this way. It does reset them, which is a shame. Move the KI-44. We need to reset their squadron, to be fair. Right, we do have a subtender over here. Right, about 30. There we go. They're quite highly fatigued. Okay, so they need to rest. Just have them rest. I need them to get rid of that fatigue. So that's pretty rough. Okay. Just let them rest. They need to rest. Actually, then again, I could just send them to their normal mission and they would do that. Escort. So just rest completely now. Squadron needs to recover. Okay. Someone's doing an AAR on a forum where they accidentally activated the Soviets. Can you send me a link to that? That'd be awesome. I'd love to see that. I'll see you later there, JV. Have a good one. Any signs of US carriers as of yet? No signs of carriers as of yet, which is rather strange. But we'll see how we go on. Okay. And do we go for a deliberate attack over here? I think we might risk it. See how we go on then. At the end of the day, I do need to take Clark's airfield to stop the massive air supremacy that they have in that area. Yeah, I'd love to see that AAR, so please do drop a link down there, dude. Okay. Our guy's moving up there to track. That's good news. I do want to keep some air power in this area. Right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take Soho. Submarines. There they are. Right, awesome. Put 2 destroyers there. Okay. I do wonder. I'm somewhat interested to see how this could perform. So we'll head out over there. I need to get the carrier out of the way, but I'm just going to be quite interested to see what we could do there. We do have Taigo I need to make use of. I'm going to use her basically to move around planes. Okay, 38th achieved victory there. Okay, you need to move to the north and defeat them utterly. Or do we? No, in fact, we do not. We're going to have you load back on the ships here at Fushao, and you're going to head to the Philippines. Right, you're still unloading, but you're only loading supplies. Unloading supplies, sorry, I should say. Right, load troops. Turn loot troops on only. Right, load the 38th. That's fine, they'll manage it. There we go, we'll just move them in parts, but we're going to get the 38th moved over to the Philippines. Okay, so Singapore is going to take some time, we just need to get there. God, you know I'd love to play Warplan Orange. I tried it the other day, but it's just such a shame. It's just too outdated. I wish somebody would make a mod for this that would use Warplan Orange, but we'll see. Okay. let's move this regiment out. I mean, we did capture the base over here, which was a good job, so that's great news. At least with that, we don't have any British forces behind our lines, so that's good. That's very good. Okay. Controlling this area quite well. No sightings as of yet. Okay. One variant some IGN players pursue in the game is to attack Manila instead of Pearl Harbor. That's interesting. I suppose we could try to block Panama with submarines. I've never seen any activity out there, but I suppose that might be just the fact that we don't have anything out there. They're heading back to refuel. Indeed. Okay. Let's make the best of it then, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Not sure how to send links to you guys. The Accidental War. Okay, I'll take a look at that. Actually, what I'll do then is I'll get that up shortly and I'll throw it in there. Did you finish one of these campaign? I did not. I'm going to be doing a play-by-email one. I did post a link on one of the videos a while ago. Where you can download the save from that campaign and you can carry on if you would like to. That would be pretty awesome. Okay. What types of equipment have you plundered? Carriers, hopefully. That'd be nice. Right, what do we have off the coast? I'm sick of getting destroyers. I want to actually find, like, a carrier. Right, they lost contact, but they reacquired it. Hopefully we don't get hit. Okay, no hits, that's good. Are you just taking Baku? That's awesome. Right, what do we have here? Just two little patrol boats, basically. Tiny, tiny little things. Let's see what the results are there. I can't imagine it being against us. Yep, so they're both destroyed. Who fires the first shot? Yeah, Ariashio. Oh, then again, no, I suppose they all... That's cool. Right. With a baton here. That's not what I told them to go. I didn't tell them to go to Bataan. Okay, we're gonna have to reload the turn, so I did not tell them to go to Bataan. Why did they go to Bataan? That's irritating. They should not have gone to Bataan. Very irritating. I mean, the thing of commerce raiding is we need to find things. Yeah, Yugumo sings Kuryosho. Yeah, we need to do that turn again, because I did not tell them to go to Bataan. And if they're going to go to Bataan like that, they are not going to do that. So reload the turn as soon as it's done. Argonaut. I suppose it could have been routed there, so we'll set it to a direct route. That would make a lot of sense, but I don't like when they do that. Like, they entered into an absolute minefield hell there, so that lost 2 destroyers. Honestly, didn't anticipate they would go into a minefield, but we'll see. Okay, we'll skip this as fast as possible. And obviously rerun the results there. A little bit irritating. Okay. I'm quite interested to see the actual damage to the warships there. Oh, now you get to the actual bombardment side. Yeah, we're going by this too fast just because I'm going to end this turn. As soon as this turn's over, I'm going to restart it. We can't have that, basically. Yeah, we're not going to read these reports. We're just going to, like, restart this turn. I just need it to end first so I can actually do that. So I'm skipping everything as quickly as possible so we can do that. Right, there we go. Just wait for it to reload. Yeah, apologies about that, guys. I just need to make sure that the bombardment force didn't actually go into the mines, because I can't have that. It's really not good. Okay. I'm going to check out the actual condition of that force, but I mean, I can't accept it. I've lost 2 destroyers. That's... Wow. Okay, Takao and Kitakami. Jesus. Bloody hell. Yamishivo got fucked up. 34. Yeah, they got fucked up. Pretty bad. That's a hell of a minefield. I mean, Manila's no better. Still a minefield in Manila. Okay, what do we have off the coast here? There's a shitload of activity. That is a shitload of activity. That is scary. That's very scary. Right, okay, we're gonna go back to the older save then. So quit the game. Wait, was that the turn? P-turn save. Might have been that one. We'll check it out. Otherwise, if I don't have a save, I'm gonna be somewhat irritated. You need to go through Bataan to get to Manila. I wasn't wanting them to go to Manila. Wait, this isn't doing it again, isn't it? We'll see here. I just may have to relaunch the game here. It's a shame you can't actually get to it like a escape menu here. What was the date of the last turn? I didn't actually look. I forgot what turn it was. Okay. Yeah, now this is when I'm going to get mined to hell. Give it a moment. Boom, bada boom. I mean, they sweep in... Yeah. Okay, we're just going to quickly cancel this and I'm going to relaunch it. Because I cannot have that. Yeah, so it seems like the attack at Midway is finally stirring the American fleet. So in fairness, we might want to bring Kitabutai back to that area. Right, autosave perhaps. Obviously that would be on the turn. Fuck me. What's the autosave at? Yeah, I say it's going because we did not actually... We should have checked those orders. We didn't want them to actually go to there and go for that minefield. So that is no good. Right. It is the 2nd of Feb. Please don't say... Yeah, okay. Fuck my life. We'll go here then. Be the best we can get. Okay. Shame we're a little bit behind time, but that's fine, we'll make do. Right. I want you to head over here to Lingayen. Actually, no, just head over to Hong Kong instead. Let's get these orders underway as quickly as possible. Take the base. Okay. How long did it take you to learn this game? A little while, really. It's all about learning through experience for me. Wouldn't regret it, ever. It's been amazing. Okay. I think what we do here, then, is just dig in for the time being. These troops need to get their arses in gear. Right, they're on sweep. They need to be on escort. No wonder they've lost so many planes. Right, the Tojos. Put them on rest. There we go. So this is before Kidabutai enters into the battle arena. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up another Pearl Harbor, basically. Right, all on escort. I know this is cheating, like, but we would have done this anyway. Ah, well. In fairness, I can't go back to the last turn, so I'm gonna have to just do this and fuck it. Alternate reality, why not? There we go. Right, escort. Using drop tanks. There we go, awesome news. Okay. This is before the deliberate attack. Okay, so I want these guys just to land. Right, make the range setting the same for the fighters and bombers so you don't have bombers. I mean, the fighters will escort the bombers. They will do that. There's no doubt about that one. No need to worry. Might try a deliberate attack here, to be fair. Send some reinforcements in and then we'll go from there. Yeah, that's by Midway. Don't worry, we'll not forget. I'm going to keep up the bombardment from the air, though. I mean, perhaps we go for ground attack. This is by Midway, they need engineers, they will do. Okay, do we go for a ground attack or do we go for an air attack? I think maybe ground attack to weaken them. There we go. Set the altitude down to about 3,000 feet. There we go, they're going to target Midway Island. Ground attack. Midway is going to be experiencing hell. Then the other two carriers. Zuiho will run ASW patrols. along with the usual. There we go. That should be good. Right, we're going to soften them up and really go from there. Okay, we can see his activity over there, so we're going to adjust to that. I mean, this very well could be the American carriers. We have no idea. That's the most activity around San Francisco we've ever seen. So we are going to respond to that. We'll see how. Right, you're heading to Wake. That's good to see. Right, you're on your way. That's good news. Okay. In China, not too much else to be done. I might try a deliberate attack here, see how we go on. Set them to Yukokong. Seattle, we're unknown about. There we go. We'll see how we do there. Forces are moving. Okay, right, we'll go with that then, and we'll see how we go. Apologies, guys, that we had to do this. It's Force Z already knocked out in this game. I suppose it would depend on what Force Z would be. Bum, 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 dum. Yeah, we don't have any intelligence around Seattle. We are going to be moving submarines up to that area, to be fair. So we're going to move a couple long-range ones. And we're going to hit Clark's airfield, try to knock out Clark's airfield, try to knock out the American air power in the Philippines. And then I think Kiributai will make full steam towards Midway. I mean, my god, if the decisive engagement is at Midway, then so bloody be it. The British Naval Force station at Singapore. Yeah, we took out Prince of Wales and the Repulse. They've been gone a long time now at this point. We have actually dispatched a number of light cruisers in the area too, which has been quite good for us. Really nice for us, in fact. Right, bombardment at Midway. Let's see, is this one going to be any better? Actually, quite a bit, yeah. 13 damaged, 1 destroyed on the ground, 2 Catalinas damaged, 57 casualties. Much less casualties, but this is not bad. I mean, we destroyed 2 vehicles, disabled 3, destroyed a few guns there. Pretty good, actually. I'll take that. That's nice. The battleships will... Can you recruit some Japanese militiamen on the US West Coast? Oh dear. I could have the Zeus on the ground, need to be on escort. Ah, shit, we forgot that one. Did I put them on sweep or did I put them on escort? I think they're on escort. We'll see. We'll see. Either way, it's not going to be as bad anyway. Should have said the 38th to deliberate attack out. Well, we'll deal with that. Yeah, the Australian Navy has been knocked out pretty much. I'd love to see what sort of condition they're in now, actually. Bada-bum, bum, bada-bum. Bum, bum, bum. I really would like to see the damage that these planes do over time. You know, in terms of like combat readiness, see like what it was before and after the constant bombardment. There we go. 45 Vals, 54 Kates, good number of zeros and Claudes. Great, great targets. Let's see, what damage do we do? So we lost a Val. Only one of them though. I mean, only 22 casualties inflicted. It's not a great amount, but we'll keep up the bombardment. Soften them up, really. I mean, surprise is a hell of a thing. I mean, to be fair, a warship should be ready at all times, but I suppose complacency just sets in when you're not at war with the Japanese. Okay. We'll keep up the air bombardment at Midway. You know what I found rather interesting there is the fact that our submarines would actually attack via air power. At least they had a look by some allied naval power, well, air power over there. So that does very, very much lead me to think either carriers or they've really just actually thrown some air power there. Which is very interesting. Really need to understand what's going over there by San Francisco, because if it is indeed an American carrier, then we will set out for a decisive engagement. We will throw every carrier at them. I need to make sure we win that battle. There's no half-halves in it. Okay. Defense was obviously much higher this time around, so we did take somewhat high casualties. Not bad, not bad. A few destroyed guns, but yeah, we'll break through them in the end. Oh, it is a deliberate attack of Wushao. Fantastic. Yeah, and they retreat. Awesome news. Wasn't Saratoga at the west coast? Let's see, I really hope we can break through that. High casualties there. Very high. Cannot rush that. 38th will be definitely needed. I might try a deliberate attack with 39th Division. Okay. I do have a suspicion of American carriers. And that's not been said for a long while at this point in time. So, I do worry about that. We'll take a look over at the American coast and sort of deduce that. If we see a large task force, I'm going to assume carriers. And that is going to mean the immediate recoil. The recall of Kiributai towards Midway. Find Daniel Dane and send her to recon the busy area. Hi, indeed. There we go. Few arrivals there. Actually, quite a few arrivals. Lovely. Right, let's take a look over here then. I do wonder about this area. We'll see. Right. Put them on full speed and they might be able to make it in that turn. Ideally. Still going to be going fairly slow, but we'll get there. God, yeah, imagine the American fleet just ends up showing through the Tsushima Strait. Oh, let's hope not. Okay. Meet that force. I'm going to have them as cover. Merge. I'm going to have Bushido move a little bit further away. Keep moving. Right, we're still set to our ground attack, so we'll keep up that attack. Okay. Escort. Right, we'll give it a turn to bombard Clark. Set the load. There we go. I'll see you later there, Kosa. How you doing, dude? Big combat exercises. Have fun. Okay. There go, set the load. Let's head over this way. Right, make for all speed to track, basically. I need as much air assets in the area as I can manage, to be honest. And I do the resources. Right, learning complete. Still loading. Still loading. Load oil. Right, you're still loading fuel here. Cancel. Set out. Right, you'll be ready next turn. You're heading back to Awaki. There we go. Right, you're unloading. Fantastic. That'll do. Okay, and let's see. Have them rest a turn, and then we'll carry on. Pretty much done. These forces need to arrive here, then we can make something of it. Not sure if they're going to arrive next turn, which is absolutely bloody fantastic, actually. Just hope that they don't get their asses handed to them. There you go, capture the base. Okay, fantastic. We'll see how things go then. I need to move more fighters here. Then again, they are training. I probably want to leave them training. I keep going back and forth between that one, but I'd rather them train. Right, this wasn't too good then. These supplies over here. Move some supplies. There we go. We'll keep our eye out over here. I think that's pretty much all of our things to do here, so we'll go on to the next phase. There we go. Okay, we're going to hope for the best here. I am very, very interested in with the activity around San Francisco. Really interested. Right. A miss, of course. I could do a Titan in the embargo and siege of hell. We are seeing some Americans slip through, which is not a good thing. Right, no hits. We're speeding up the invasion of Midway. It might work against us, but I need to get troops there on these shores. We are going to be, well, we're using our Midway air power to bombard them, so if we keep that up, we should do okay. At the end of the day, that's air support, continuous air support that is on hand. Naval bombardment's gone out there and hit, so that's good news. The air power there at Midway has been basically subdued. They can't do anything against us. Just need to continue to hit them harder and harder each time. I'm not sure if we do have the submarines that carry planes in there. In the actual game, I'm not entirely sure about that, actually. There we go. One destroyed by flak. 102 casualties, that's a lot better. Actually, a really good result there. So we'll continue out that, and that'll do good. Right now, that's a much better show of force there. 72 zeros, 90 vals, 90 Kates. That's a lot of firepower. Ideally, we can destroy the airfield here. Right. We lost 2 zeros and a val. They lost 2 warhawks. Airbase was hit. Runway was hit pretty hard, so we'll keep that up. Oh, the I-400. Okay. It's a shame that we didn't destroy any planes on the ground, but at the end of the day, we have inflicted a big blow to that airfield, which is going to make it difficult for the Americans there. So we keep hitting that airfield. If it takes another 2 turns of raiding Clarks, then Clarks will be knocked out. I think when it comes to Changsha, we'll try deliberate attack, rest, deliberate attack, rest. Right, that's a few more B-17s. The number is increased, which is a stressing thing. Those Tojos need to rest. But as soon as they're ready to go out there, we'll set them up on proper orders, and they will go and fight. I think the fatigue was too high for the pilots, and they kept flaking out. Right, I saw something there. 8 allied ships. 8 allied ships near Hong Kong. That's rather strange. Down that one. There you go, Hurricane down. They are inflicting decent casualties on my forces there, though, which is not a good thing. We'll have the 38th Division sent to the Philippines shortly, which is good. Oh, there we go, Kapana. Good. Torpedo hit. That's great news. She's on fire. She didn't go down, but she's heavily damaged. Hyuga continuing the bombardment. We did receive some 90 coastal guns. Fuck me, that's a lot of coastal guns. 105 casualties. Did we land here? Yes, we have troops ashore. Okay. I was wondering there, I was thinking where the casualties come from. At least, the battleships were here. So that's really good news. I mean, they absorbed the hits. Okay. We've landed on Midway. Reinforcements will be there next turn. We just really need to get them on shore and really need to use that against them. We are using our submarine there, but that was around Midway to head further out towards the American coastline, so hopefully that could intercept something on the way, or at least be aware of something on the way. I think that would be a good idea. And they did take some damage, so they just have a good amount of fortification there, which is going to take some time to dig out. So a division will be required. Okay. They don't have that much there in terms of force. I don't like the fact that it's a shock attack, so that's really going to hurt us a lot. As long as they stay on the island, though, that's all that matters. 151 casualties isn't too bad, 26 casualties. That's not too bad. That's not horrific losses in the hundreds I was expecting, so that's fine. At least the worst is out of the way. We can land reinforcements and we'll be good to go. I mean, there's not much of a garrison there at Midway, so they will fall. Especially as we are continuing to hit them with air power there, so that's great news. I mean, they have really taken a huge hit. I do think a deliberate attack with the 39th will be good. I reckon they could probably handle it. Shock attack, no, but deliberate potentially. Like, Changsha has expanded to a size 7 airfield, which is fucking huge. Really good news. Okay. Our carriers are leaving port over here. Hopefully they are not intercepted. If I lose Soho, that would really suck. I do have 2 destroyers there. It's nowhere near enough of a escort, but at least it's something. Should have the planes on board training or on ASW patrol. Right, that's a lot of activity around San Francisco. I really do think we are stirring up the Americans. But you know what, in all honesty, if it does stir the American carriers out of port, that's even better for me. If I'm forcing them to action, rather than them choosing their time and date, then that is great news. At least I do have submarines out here that could potentially intercept. Do airfield expansions cost anything besides resources? They cost supply and light, basically time and everything like that. Okay, and oilers there. Activities increasing around here, which does lead to some suspicion. Okay, yep, they've merged here, fantastic. Right, mission speed. So they've unloaded all here. These troops will now unload here, fantastic. So I'm going to continue the bombardment. Well, I would if I could, but that's fine. They'll cover. Are you going to move troops in North Borneo against the British bases? I will do, but I'd rather send troops via sea just because it'll take a lot less time. I'll do that in the future. Okay, so these troops are going to be heavily fatigued, heavily disrupted. Okay, so they're going to stay in combat. And just, yeah, they need to be ready. They need to be ready. We don't have much time if there's an American carrier response on the way. So I'm very much considering withdrawing from Clark. We have caused some damage. But we'll see. Why do I have planes here? Just the one? It's rather weird. There's a couple. But that's strange. I guess they landed from the carriers. Actually, are they from the carriers? Interesting. Move you to Soru? Soru? Why not? Okay. I mean, this is a difficult thing. I think, in fairness, I am going to head out. I mean, this is it. Do I head out for Midway? If I head out for Midway and it's no carriers, I've waited a lot of time. But we'll go for another attack against Clark. And then decide afterwards. really whether we're wasting our time or not. Okay, 38th is being loaded up. It's 10,000 troops. Still loading troops. I mean, we've dealt a blow to these Chinese forces over here, so we have pushed them away from the coastline there. So that's freed up our forces in that area, which is really quite nice. Moving a lot of resources into Japan. Loading is almost complete. Loading oil. Good to see. More tankers are on their way. How about down here at Formosa? Loading oil. Okay, that's good news. Takes a while to move that oil, but once it's moved, it's going to be good. Okay. Now let's see our forces condition. Much less fatigue and disruption. So we'll go for another combat, deliberate attack. There we go. Really tried to annihilate them in the field, and deliberate attack here. Right, I'm going to say your future objective as Hengyang. There we go. There we go, lovely. Let's hope for the best, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hope for the best. Right, ground forces arrived here, so these are tanks. Need the rest of these reinforcements. Right, at least they're alive. There's no AV British numbers, so that'd be decent. Do you have tanks at Sakhalin Island? I do have 2 constructions. I actually need to move these guys. Port expanding. Yeah, they need to stay here, but they need to be just moved then. Do have a fortress over here. Those submarines are just closing on over here. That's good to see. Right, awesome. Then apparatus, would you be able to land them on the Burma Road? I mean, that would be really nice, to be honest. I wish. We'll see how we go. Okay, so we're gonna go again. Just get to the actual next turn to where we should have been. I apologize it took so long, but at least we're gonna be there now. I do really think we'll see how the response to the American coastline shapes out to be. If we see a task force or a number of ships, we will pull Kitabutai towards the Midway Island. We cannot run the risk of a decisive engagement without everything. At this moment in time, if there's a carrier there that is heading out to meet us, that is a very ballsy move by the Americans. And that would indicate that they feel they could actually achieve a victory over Bushido. They wouldn't go out there if they didn't think they could win. So we need to use that against them. Bring Kitabutai. And maybe try and bait. Oh, nice hit. Good, good. That's why Patrol be hauled straight there. You always pick off something. Yeah, but if we could use Bushido to draw the American carriers out, that could be quite cool. At the end of the day, I suppose sending Kitabutai over that way, we could potentially hit Pearl Harbor again. We would have a hell of a lot more planes. I mean, we would have more planes. There's another light carrier that's going to be heading out there, so we'd have 2 light carriers and another escort carrier, I believe. Actually, I don't know if we have another escort carrier. Well, we do have seaplane carriers as well, so at least that's extra reconnaissance planes. Right, there we go, more forces have landed. I mean, 200 casualties is a lot. But it's not too bad. I mean, that's a lot of coastal guns firing back. So we just need to really hit them. I mean, if we take Midway, that'd be great. That air power is going to be vital in suppressing the enemy here. Another 82 casualties. It's a lot of casualties, but we do have good numbers here. Going to take some time for those infantry just to recover. To be able to attack. Right, what do we have here? Escort. Right, the Washingtonian. I'm sure we hit that before, or at least we've seen her before. Right, what do we have here? Right, escort. Bad weather's no good. Yeah, there's a submarine near Bushido, so we need to keep Bushido moving. Now go attack again. Is it not better the Americans hang around some port somewhere? I mean, when they start coming, you don't know where they are, and they can hit anything, anywhere, at any time. This is true, but at the end of the day, I'm doing that to the Americans right now, so we need to keep them on the back foot. Right, I mean, we've inflicted 66 casualties there, so that's good. At the end of the day, that's casualties inflicted where the Americans can't respond to that, so that's good. They only have a finite number of troops on that island, so they need to be very, very careful about their numbers. And in fairness, we have taken out a good bunch of them. We have damaged them with bombardments. That's cool. That's no good. Do need my Tojos to rest. It's fair. I need to take a look at my fatigue and disruption against across all of these squadrons. Oh, we lost one to flak. I mean, in fairness, it's like if we do see American activity, we will know roughly where it is. I mean, Midway is going to be a perfect draw for them, so that's quite good to see. So I think it might be very much worthwhile to send Kidabutai over there, just in case. In fairness, I suppose I should have sent Bushido to the Philippines, but that's fine. I'd rather have them all together for an decisive engagement. At least we have ground forces on Midway now. Alright, there we go. A little bit of attack at Changsha. See how we do here. Reduce the fortifications again, which is great news. But look at that, that's really increased now. That's fantastic. Fortifications continue to go down. Right, well, the adjusted defense is really high. I mean, that is a lot of fucking casualties. It's going to be a costly, costly battle at Changsha. But ultimately we will win if we just recover and attack and recover and attack. Now this is going to be an interesting one. Right. 458 casualties, 144 casualties to the Chinese. Not exactly great then. Need reinforcement. In fairness, I can spare another division or two from the north of China. At least we can move them via rail now, so it would just be a matter of days until another division arrived in the area. That's a complete British division. That is not good. Right. Also, with everything leading to Midway in your hands, Kidabutai should be able to move to Midway with no allied reconnaissance scouts in them. Yeah, that's very true. There'd be a wild card. Right, I'm very much worried about the British forces over there, because there's an entire division that I cannot handle. Right, Japanese shock attack at Midway Island. I mean, if these guys actually pull it off, I'd be incredibly happy. Ooh, close, very close. 127 casualties, 35. Yeah, they need to do avoid this shock. It's because they've just landed there, they go for the shock attack. So they need to just rest. Alright, that bombardment's hurt. I'm going to need the Imperial Guard Division to deal with them. I mean, I can't rely on actually taking the base now, so I'm going to have to send everything. Should have done that before. Oh well. Right. Okay, let's check on the forces at Midway. Right, they're low on supply. Did I not bring supply? Fuck. That's really bad news. Fuck, I fucked myself. Oh no, the supply is here. Thank God for that. Right, go over there, unload. Thank God for that one. Right, combat and defend. I mean, we do have a lot of troop numbers on here. It's like a regiment. So we just need to beat the Americans down. Tanker. Either way, we're going to bring our maximum air power to the Midway Island. Need to commit everything there, really. Right, let's go for it. Look for Johnson Island. Though... that's only 108 troops. It's really fuck all. Cancel that. Unload the troops here. I do have supply here, but I don't want to leave these islands ungarrisoned. Also, that's a lot of supplies been moved out. Right. It's going to rely on 38th Division. Done complete. There we go. Merge with them. Right, keep up that. I'm going to send a division. The 14th. Ah, I wish. Still, it saves us a lot of time, so it's definitely worthwhile. There we go. We've also found the Chinese over here. There we go. So that'll be extra forces ready to fight. So that's good news. And there's a couple divisions right here, to be fair. I guess I'll move 2 divisions to Wujiang. And then an extra 2 divisions can be moved to Changsha to replace the losses there. Minesweepers. So there, Tactician, how you doing, my dude? 10 days. Yeah, I'm worried about this division here. It's a lot of troops. Right, at least we can move via rail down here, so at least that is something. But I am going to need the Imperial Guard Division. There we go, they're all going to move to Malacca. Need all these ground forces down in Malacca. Okay, fatigue's gone down considerably, so that's good news. Another turn, and I reckon they'll be okay. Then again, that is an acceptable level. Oh, I'm going to move these bad boys out. Extra planes hitting China would be great. Obviously, they're using torpedoes, but I'm going to change that to bombs. There we go. Move north to Kerr Island. Okay. Need those forces to rest. Obviously resupply too. Disruption fatigue is very, very high. But it will be worth it once we capture the island. I am very confident of that. Okay. There we go. Yeah, pay attention to which areas are trying to clear versus mountain or urban train. Yeah, very true. I mean, urban's really awful. Alright, I see. Let's try that then. Ah, yeah. Okay, so clear. Swamp, I'm gonna guess. Urban. Clear trains over here. Clear's pretty good here. That's good to see then. I'll have to have a look into what the rest mean. So I've never really used them and I probably should. Okay, so these forces move to the south, I guess. Okay, I press something. God knows what mode that was, but it looked pretty cool. You go set all them to march. Right, we do have a little bit of oil there. That's nice to see. That division does worry me a great deal. Okay. Right, so Kiributai is on its way. Things are progressing decently. So we're going to rest at Changsha. And really start to break them down. There we go. I suppose having all the carriers combined will really allow us to hit Pearl Harbor hard again. So it's probably worthwhile doing that alone. And if it means the capture of Midway, that is going to be worthwhile. I think Midway is going to take us some time to break down. I mean, the defences at Wake are weaker than they are at Midway, potentially. But again, we're going to be able to use a lot more firepower against Midway. Okay, there's only 4 coastal guns firing here, so that's good to see. I think the air attacks are going to break them at Midway. And once our ground forces are ready to attack, I think we'll be good to go. Yeah, I'm excited to see what's happening around San Francisco too. And this is it, we don't even know what's happening at Seattle. So it's like, I could be looking at San Francisco and the attack could come from Seattle. Or even Vancouver. Vancouver, eh? Ooh. President Polk, and you missed. God damn it, dude. That's a big target. Changsha will fall. I mean, the sheer amount of firepower there being dropped on it every single turn. There we go, another raid. Oh, not Vancouver. Okay. Right, not as many casualties inflicted there, but it's the fatigue and disruption that's hurting them. And in fairness, combat will drain their supplies. So, I mean, I do have enough supplies there to keep me going for a long time. Right, we'll have the Tojos back in action next turn. What are your thoughts on Heart of Iron? I love Heart of Iron 2 Darkest Hour. I really do like Heart of Iron 3. Heart of Iron 4 is garbage. The standard, basically. Oh dear. Right, just look at all those forces moving through Malaya. Actually, I should have made that a shock attack. We'll see what happens. Are they retreating? Nanyang. Okay, we'll march up and fall them. At least we can march along the roads. It's be quick movement. Yeah, 3,127 casualties inflicted there. I think Changsha will fall, it's just we need to rest our troops there. Like, the 3rd Division's really hurt. But we'll task another 2 divisions to reinforce Changsha. I mean, that was 373 casualties, that was a fuckload. Whoops. What's up there, AT? How you doing, my dude? Right, Allied deliberate attack. I think they will break through. The 18th British Division is hella powerful. We're just about to get our asses kicked by a British division here. I think we're gonna have to retreat. Those are heavy, heavy casualties. Then again, if I hold my position... Yeah, the Battle of Midway. In fairness, we can replace troops. Is there a chance of you being nuked by America at some point? I bloody well hope not. Yeah, the invasion of Midway. At least we've got supplies in Midway now, so that's really good news. Could not have done without supplies there. So at least our forces will be good to go. Okay, let's check on their status. Right, Allied submarine over here. Apparently 2 of them. It's no good. Right, supplies are being dropped off. Why are they just continuously trying to get out of here? That's really fucking irritating. Okay, merge with that force. You need to get there and unload supplies. Right, at least you got some supplies there. Right. Another day, and we'll go for an attack. I mean, disruption is coming down, which is good news. Need to wait for that to drop off. I'm going to operate at greater range. I want to avoid the submarines. Right, submarines at wake. Okay. So I-121. You must take your... yeah. 122. Right, 121, 122. One, two, three, and then 124. Just in general, increase the number of submarines off the coast. There we go. They'll be heading out, which is good news. There you go. Submarine tender. Awesome. Okay, so Kidabutai is on her way. As fast as absolutely possible. I might stock a truck for fuel. Right, the 38th will be on our way. I do worry about them. Okay, I-9 is alive. Johnny 5 is alive. Why is Third so hurt? Yeah, she's really, really battered. Really bad. She's going to be on reserve. Right, 14th and 41st need to get their asses in gear. Right, they'll get moving. At least the 38th has a escort, which is really good news. And at least we can now... I mean, the fact is we're going to base our submarines out here at Wake. I do need to get some fuel sent to Wake. Depends really what I want to do with it. There's not much fuel here. But that's fine. Supplies... Good amount of supplies. Supplies enough to keep the Air Force running. So that's good news. Okay. Still unloading over here, which is taking a goddamn long time. Right, let's move these bad boys. Moving more air power to the Philippines. There we go. I forgot to move them. That's fine. We'll do fine. I need the division here. Okay, losses over here are getting quite dangerous, but we need to hold on at all costs. So just set to defense. Right, we have enough forces to win here, I think. Yeah, definitely. The rest of these forces need to move as fast as possible. There we go, they need to move now. Right, we'll move to the south and then we'll follow up. Just need to move. Move, pretty much. There we go. Hey, if you're wondering, dude, always a good time to look it up. Few ship sighted there. Right. Transfer over here. Hopefully we can catch the B-17s. And I am happy. Actually. Move our forces to the north. Deal with the Chinese. There we go. Once we're done with them, that'll be good. I mean, we've dealt with most of the Chinese over here, just these few forces behind our lines. But once they're dealt with, then that's absolutely everything done, which is really good. Battlefield 5 has been shown on IGN. Jeez, I didn't even know there was going to be a Battlefield 5. It's freaking crazy. Don't think I'll get it live. I don't know, maybe. Low fuel and ASW of the Allies. There we go. Okay. A few allied casualties there, so that's good to see. The actual guns are firing back. That's nice. Invasion support. That's good to see. At least we're doing damage. Okay, good amount of casualties. Right, now this is where I'm interested. 37 casualties, right, 2 vehicles down, another gun lost. That's really good news. The more guns and vehicles they lose, the better. Undersea boat done. Sub there, Reinhardt. You've... it's been about 3 hours and 20 minutes. Oh dear. Yeah, I was getting ready to sort to bring this stream to a close. I was hoping for the fall of Changsha. We are weakening her defences, we just need to get reinforcements over there and break through. The difficulties we're fighting in urban terrain. We did bring Kitabutai to bombard the Clark airfield in the Philippines. There's actually a lot of ships moving by Australia. I might actually have Kitabutai make a detour to the Australian waters there. It's been a while since we had such a duck hunt, and I am conscious of that fact. Okay. What do we have here? Ah, it's an American submarine. It's not long now until we can make an actual attack at Midway. Right, this is where I expected that we'd be able to break through these forces no problem. Probably could have gone for a shock attack, but at least this is the safest method. There we go, and we have a surrender. That's superb. Yeah. Brilliant. That's what I need. 642 casualties. Now we can move on to Johor Bahru, and then we're just on the outskirts of Singapore. I mean, we are building up a colossal amount of firepower, we just need to get it rammed down the British's throats. Well, the British throats down there. The 38th Division has been tasked, which is actually just over here, which is really nice. Actually, they got through the submarines really nicely. So yeah, they're going to be sent to the Philippines. I mean, 13,000 infantrymen, well, 13,000, 6 to 7, maybe 8. That's a lot of frontline infantry. A lot of artillery too, so that is going to make a big difference in the Philippines. Resistance has been quite brutal, but we'll put it down. I think the issue is I probably should have taken Clark's airfield before Manila, but I'm glad I've got Manila. Manila's worth a lot. I'd rather them not put up a greater fight in Manila. Okay. Okay. Right, lower activity around San Francisco, but then again it might be just due to the lack of reconnaissance. But there is a lot of activity around here. That is interesting. I think Kidabutai could do with travelling down to Sydney. And we do have a bunch of submarines moving into the areas. I do need to position them a little bit better. But at least we are covering the approaches quite well towards Truk. And Kidabutai isn't too far from Australia either, so that's good to note. God, these forces are taking a long ass time to move. Okay. 38th will arrive in a fair time. There's a lot of ships there. Ah. Nice. I need to make use of those. Where's Soho? Shoho. She'll be out and about somewhere. I'll find the next stream. Yep, okay. So we're holding our position here. Because we have to. And that is a division where it's not very well equipped. We do have power to hold on for the time being. I mean, like, what is our... Are we dug in at all? Building one of them. Need more engineers. Like, we do have a bunch of troops moving as fast as they possibly can. So that will be great news. We do have a bunch of reinforcements. We will be able to overwhelm the British and defeat them. And you take a look at Singapore. This looks like the actual garrison at Singapore has marched out. Which in fairness is really good. If we can defeat them decisively in the field there, that's really good. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for watching. Shame that we didn't complete the fall of Changsha, but it is going to take some time, I think. We need to break them down. There's nearly 100,000 troops there, so it's natural. The 3rd Division could very well do with being pulled out for refit, in fairness. So we'll consider that. I mean, we have another 2 divisions on their way. We'll keep her there to replenish. We'll take a little bit of a look at Midway. Now, Midway, kind of tempted to end the stream on the fall of Midway. I think we'll go for it. Why do they keep pulling back? I'm telling you not to pull back. It's really irritating, in fact. Remain on station. Remain in place. I think we'll go for one more stream. One more turn, sorry. So we'll go for a deliberate attack, or do we go for a shock attack? I think a deliberate. Why have they not set out? That's irritating as all hell. Okay. Sunfish. Actually, move 3 to the north. I don't have many in the north, will I? Okay. We also have our submarine tender. What's the fleet north of Midway? That is Bushido. So, a decent complement of ships. We do have our battleships here covered in this force. They need to actually drop off that supply. They keep wanting to retire for some reason. Which is irritating. Okay. These divisions are on their way. They just need to pack up and move. We'll move our forces here at Manila. Get them moving down there as soon as possible. Set all to march. There we go. Right, hold on, boys. Reinforcements is on the way. Once we defeat them, that will be great. Okay, they're moving. Right, we found the Chinese again, so let's go for annihilation. Once we actually have the rest of the reinforcements there. Don't want to attack them on my own. It's not a huge amount of them, but it's still decent. 120,000 troops, that's a fuckload of troops, in fact. I need to build fortifications here. Right, let's just make sure everybody's in... Then again, I mean, I do have 2 divisions on combat mode, so that's still a decent amount. I think I'll move the 32nd to combat 2. Right, the rest of the artillery can be set to combat. The reason being, I don't want to be caught out by 120,000 Chinese troops, so we need to be careful. I think we might try a deliberate attack here, see how we fare. I mean, we've been hitting these troops for weeks on end now. Okay. Let's dive Kidabutai down this way. There we go. Awesome. Right, I really do hope the deliberate attack at Midway pulls off. Okay. I do find the amount of activity around Australia really intriguing. We haven't seen any concrete evidence of American carrier activity. We've had some suspicions due to the amount of activity around San Francisco, but we'll see what happens. Cunningham. In fact, I've really not seen any American capital ship for a long time. Damn, that was damaged. Right. Only a few coastal guns. I'm hoping that we can break them. They have about 3,000 odd troops. I'd imagine half of those or less are combat troops. So we should be able to overwhelm them, ideally. We will have air support, so hopefully that will reduce them further. I mean, we would go for a naval bombardment, but we really just don't have the firepower. We've already blown it. Good, no hit. Ooh. Every fucking time 165 goes down. That is a fucking shame. Have we got Lexington yet? No. We've not seen her for a long time. We've not seen her for like maybe 2 months now. We are desperately looking for her though. I think Changsha is going to be a bloody battle. Right, I'm glad that the planes are going to hit Midway before the actual attack. I'm really hoping that they do a good amount of damage. 43 casualties, that's pretty decent. Hopefully that will make a difference. Right, our ground forces are moving as fast as possible towards Singapore. If we can take Singapore early, that'd be really, really nice. Right, Tojo is in defense. I think if we can take Midway, then that is going to open up things considerably. Taking Midway is going to be difficult, though. Right, let's see if our Tojo can take down a fortress. Right, we're leaking oil. Okay, fair enough. No kills this time. 2 damage though, so fine, I'll take it. Right, what has Kiributai found? An allied tanker. It's not really a tanker though, but fine, we'll take it. I'm not going to complain about hitting and killing something. Not a kill, but she'll go down. She's been hit 9 times by bombs. She's very... Well, she's not exactly armored, is she? Onyomaru goes down. I'm going to assume that was like the defense guns. And like DD hit. I mean, we are playing a dangerous game around Midway. But I really do think it's important to take these islands. The thing is, it's going to drive the Americans further back, and if we can use Midway as a launch pad against Pearl Harbor, that would be amazing. But having patrol aircraft patrol from Midway would really give us such a long reach over that area of the Pacific. I just think we need the forces, and I think Changsha would fall. Right, this is going to be really interesting. I hope we don't lose a lot of troops here. I mean, the terrain is very ill-suited to combat. I'm just hoping that Chinese have been weakened over just absolutely eons. Right, loss is not exactly good. It was like 2-1 there for the Japanese, so not exactly great. Midway, here we go. Hopefully the best will happen. Hopefully. We'll see. Come on. Banzai! Midway is ours. Midway has fallen. Oh. Jesus. Look at those casualties.
The ever-victorious forces of the Japanese Empire have captured Midway.
The fall of Midway. Superb. And they've lost 53 guns there, 58 vehicles. That is a big loss. That is good. Very good. I mean, we took Midway there in a couple of days. That was really, really good for us. I mean, that means that we can shift things around now. Let's take Pearl now. I mean, the beautiful thing is I can actually use Midway, dig in at Midway, and set it up as a sub-base, really. I'm glad about that. Banzai. We've heard Tokyo-an a couple times now. Hopefully we'll hear more in the future. But taking Midway is a good start. Yeah, just a little Hotakur Island. Oh boy, I'm glad about that. I mean, it could have gone so badly. At least we can rearm our battleships at Truck now and repair the carrier force. We'll use Midway as a submarine base and go from there. At least I'll be able to base my patrol planes there, and next time we'll be able to start sending those patrols out there. I'm glad I waited to end the stream like that. That's fantastic. There we go. Fall of Midway. Very happy there. The next stream, maybe Friday. We'll see. Wake, Midway, Rabal next. Indeed. Right, so we've got a good amount of supply here. I need to keep it up. No fuel, however. I've seen Hardtime 4 game where US player went to capture Yojima first and he planned to help with invasion to Europe. Interesting. Okay, so it's going to take some time to repair the actual port here, the ships. But we'll do it. Okay, you can stay here. I'll leave them some destroyers to escort the transports. Where's Mutsu? That'll do. There we go. And merge. Fantastic. Okay. No activity off the coast as far as we can tell. Why aren't they moving? That's irritating. We'll deal with that in the following session then. But overall, Midway has fallen. Wake has fallen. I mean, how much is Midway worth to us? So it's only worth 30 victory points, but it's still a good amount. So what we'll do then is we'll transfer our patrol planes from Wake to Midway. A couple of them over here. Might move just the one over here then, if it's ready. Ooh, just about have the range. Yeah, just look at that though. So we can't reach Midway as of yet, but if we do take Laysan Island, we could do that. There we go. Let's take a look at this then. Yeah, a few planes could be interesting. Your supply ships won't land at Midway because you took... Yeah, such transport. I need them on cargo, don't I? Amphibious. I tried setting them to amphibious and they won't have it for some reason. Right, so these are all the forces of the Japanese Empire. So we are quite spread out here. All the enemy forces obviously spread across here. So many bases. So these are actual combat units. And these are our own combat units. Fantastic. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, thank you for watching and goodbye. Have a great one. See you all very, very soon. And banzai.